left. Oh, testing, testing. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, we're live. Oh, that looks good. Excellent. Let's get rid of that. Lovely. I've got a little button here to press. Skip that. And here we are. So let's see if I can pull this over into the window a bit. Here we go. That's about window size, isn't it? Well, half a window. So welcome, welcome, welcome. It's Saturday. It's Rambling and Rants number 2. Oh dear. Mostly rambling, I think, today. There is a rant in here, but yeah, we'll get to that. Today's all about the viewers and interaction, so if you would like to have your say, and Peachy, if you're out there and you're watching, come over to Twitch and watch it live. You're quite fine to do so. Just click on follow, mate. Just click on follow and it'll tell you when I go live. It's pretty good, so you can come and chat with me. I don't mind. Coffee's nice. So, what am I rambling and ranting about today? Let's have a look what I've been doing. Open. Current. Oh dear, that looks nasty. Yeah. I was messing around with Server UO yesterday, wasn't I? That was my ultimate online server. And the bottom line is this line here. Ooh, that's not red. That is. Let's see if I can get me pen. Oh, come here, pen. And yeah, it's this line here. That today's about, well, for me anyway. If you want to come along and chat, you want to have an input, just say hi to all in chat, shall we? Hi's. There we go. Don't be afraid to use the chat today, because that's what today's all about. My ramblings can go anywhere. So yeah, memory leak confirmed. So it's a bit of a ramble, but what we're going to do is just check things out today. So if I put you over to one side, you lot can go over there. How shall we head this? Let's see. We'll put in... where will this go to? Here we go. Time. Oh, did nothing. Okay. So, time. Let's have UO. Let's have a server. My client. Let's get all of these things running and see what's going on. So the time is at start. There we go, my writing's rubbish today. Good, that's what we like to see. So let's pop UO up. I need... let's see, what do I need? Visual Studio will do it. I can do it from there. Yes, love? Okay. Lovely. So here we go. Serve UO solution. I've already set this up. So it should work. Oh, and that's not in the right place, is it? There we go. Serve UO solution. I could do with a bit more over here as well. There we go. This is it. The server for Ultimate Online. This is what's running on my home server, the one that's underneath my desk here. debug any CPU, start. Let's see what happens. Okay, this is what's happening. Let's bring it down. You can see the process memory going up and up and up. And yeah, this is the first thing that I want to talk about, these little yellow blobs coming on here. If you hover over, indicates the start of a managed heap garbage collector. And that's one thing I want to talk about, garbage collection. So, right, that's on air now. That's started. We need just to take that out of the way. Cleanup detected 2 hair and facial hair items being worn. Converting to their virtual counterparts. Yeah, that's fine. It's happy. It's working. So I'll get it out of the way, and I'll get this out of the way. But there is garbage collection to talk about, so I'll put this down here somewhere. Garbage collectors. I think it's 2 L's. There we go. So start UO. Let's get UO. We'll need task manager, shall we? Shall we have a task manager? This is only for any examples. This isn't what I do every day, all day. Well, sometimes it is, unfortunately. I'll ignore the GPU stuff. Alright, can this fit on? Nearly. Nearly it can. So let's just move this a bit over. Right, at start, there we go. So UO at start is 380. And that's megabytes. So 380 MB. Let's get my stuff sorted out. I have it's on Visual Studio Code. So that's over here. Oh, that looks better. It seems to have nearly done it right. Just a bit more at the bottom, I think. There we go. So this is my thing. I've made a change, have I? No, I haven't. I think I'd no. Yeah, I've been putting performance timers in, so it'll look a bit different. I've added performance timers because I was getting a bit sick and tired of just seeing milliseconds. You'll see in a second anyway. So, let's get a server running. Are you going to run or are you just going to mess around? Okay, that's all running. It's all in debug mode, remember. Everything's in debug mode. So there's my server. That's running. Okay, let's get a client up for that server as well. Da-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee. Kaplunk. There we go. There's my client. Is he working? Oh yeah, he's working. Good. But you can now see that I've got it going in milliseconds properly. That confirms it's connected to the server. That confirms it's connected to the server. Okay, they're not really going to move much. So you can go, you can go. MMO game, I'm not going to be playing it. So you can go and you can go. But now we should have a server and client here. And we do. So server. Yeah, there's a bit of a difference, isn't there? The server is on 8.6 megabytes. We'll call it 8. And the client is on 19.3, so we'll say 19. Okay, now I get to chat. I'm going to talk about garbage collectors. And it's a pet hate, actually. I don't like languages that support garbage collection because you don't have control of your own memory. Oh, I've got a viewer. Hi to viewer. It might be Peachy. I don't know. So, highers to my viewer. There you go. Special shout out for the fact I've actually got a viewer today. So if you want to chat with me, you can do. Please go ahead. Viewers are, I welcome the chat. So today's subjects are, well, garbage collection, yeah. And the other one is memory leaks, isn't it? We'll put that down here as well. Another pet hate of mine. I need to sort out this writing on a whiteboard business. So I've got my start times now. I've got 380 megabytes for Ultimate Online. The server I'm writing, I've got 8 megabytes, and the client I'm writing, I've got 19 megabytes. That's fine. I'm not running the client for Ultimate Online because it's not going to prove anything. So garbage collection. Why do I not like garbage collection? Because you don't have any control over it. And if you now have a look at what the garbage collection's doing to our Ultimate Online server, you can see that it's quite happily garbage collecting at a regular interval with that little yellow thing there. Okay. So that's a managed heap garbage collector. Heap, not stack, heap. That means external memory to the chip. And it's rubbish. I didn't program it. It's somebody else's program, and as far as I'm concerned, it's absolutely rubbish. Did I give a start time? No, I haven't. So let's give ourselves a start time, shall we? It's now 15:25. Okay, let's take measurements. Let's sit up properly. Sorry. So 15:25 it says on my clock. UO, what are we at? Ultimate Online, let's find it. UO server 397. I can't get this pen to work properly on this for some reason. My server is at 9. And the client is at 19.8, so it hasn't gone up, it hasn't ticked up yet. Okay. That's the kind of figures that I expect. Alright. So we're just going to leave them to run in their own little background tasks. And the garbage collectors are used in like C#, which is Ultimate Online. That's written in C#. It's in, what's that funny language called? The one that I don't use. Yeah, that one. That's got a garbage collector. Quite a few have, actually, when I come to think of it. Yeah, very few haven't. So you're only looking at C, C++, and a couple of other things like assembly, and maybe a few other things. I'm not sure about Python, because that's the other one I'm looking at the moment. I haven't found out whether it's got a garbage collector or not. If anybody knows, let me know. But it's out of control. It's out of your control. Basically what they do is they collect and give back to the operating system memory that is no longer being used by your program. That's the idea of it. Does it work? No. It never does. Because they have to play it safe. Garbage collectors can't do certain things. Otherwise it'd be unsafe. And that means they leak memory. They automatically have to leak memory by design. And that's what's happening currently on the UO server that I've got running. I'm using C++ on the server and client, so I'm not expecting to see too much bad stuff going on. But it should still... I'm not sure, the server should still have a small leak, maybe, but I doubt it. Okay, that's garbage collectors over. Memory leaks, what are they? Bad programming. Yeah, bad programming. Bugs. Bugs and memory leaks, eh? Here comes the rants. There aren't any. There's no such thing as bugs or memory leaks. There's only bad programming. And you've seen me do bad programming in the last 2 weeks, if you've been following the stream. Because you watched me try and use strings where I should have been using unsigned ints, and string storage for data is different to the way data is stored in an unsigned int. And by mixing the two together, I was creating a bit of a mess, shall we say. Luckily, by day 7 I'd realised this and had to do a rewrite, which is fine. I don't mind doing that, as long as we get it right. So what are we up to now? 29? We'll go at 30. We'll give it another minute. Anything from the viewers? No? Okay. So yeah, bad programming. I think that's what this all comes down to today. The rant I have is, if you get a AAA game that's sold to you, one, you don't receive a disc anymore and you probably have to download it offline, so you don't actually get anything physical, which I don't like. Secondly, if they close down the servers the week after, tough. You know, it's on a lot of the games that I would play. Well, there's no game to play once the server's shut down. That I don't like, which is why I'm doing a server-client relationship on the same computer, because you would have the two on your own computer, so you could play the game with or without an online status. So if I were to sell you this as a product, you would get it as a product. You would get the whole thing. You wouldn't just get half a game. Or be sold something that might not exist in a couple of months. So there's that side to it. As well as that, these AAA games are coming out with so many bugs and glitches and things that don't work properly that it's ridiculous. They're selling you half a game most of the time, with a lame promise that they're going to continue updating it to make it into a full game. Well, thanks for selling us half a game in the first place. And secondly, that they're going to keep maintaining the server, which is a bit of a lame promise, because that isn't a promise at all. As a company, they can only maintain the server if it's profitable. They can't maintain it if it's losing money, can they? So come on, common sense must take over at this point. And yeah, I am ranting. As soon as I say the words common sense should take over, I know I'm on a rant. Anyways, I mean, that's what they did with Windows, isn't it? They just sold it. They just sell it as an ongoing project. Oh yeah, we'll keep doing updates. No. Windows, sell us a project. Microsoft, sell us a program that we can run, that hasn't got bugs in, that isn't hacked every day. You know, just make some software that's reliable, real, and easy to use. How difficult is that? Well, Microsoft have made it look very difficult. So, hats off to them. The answer is they should have a team that develops a product, and once that product is finished, that team goes on to develop another product. Not patch up and fix the product they've just made. It just doesn't make sense at all. It's like going out and buying a car and the showroom says, oh yeah, we'll deliver the wheels next week. You might get the engine in 6 months. Would you buy that car? Would you? Really? What's going on? What's going on in the software industry? I mean, this is why I use free software, like this Mischief Free. I like it. But at the same time, it doesn't exactly work the way I want it to, so I might not be buying the full thing. I'm hoping that I will. I'll find a way of getting it to work properly. But yeah, I've rambled a bit. Yes, the time has ticked. Let's get another time status. What are we on? 15:34 has just ticked over. Right, Ultimate Online. Serve UO server is now on 421. With a garbage collector. My server is on 10. Without a garbage collector. And the client is now at 21. Okay. None of them are actually doing anything. I'm not using any of them. I'm just letting the programs run. You can already see something that's obvious, I hope. The programs are growing. Now, I know why two of them are growing. I know why the server and the client are growing. But look at UO. It's got a garbage collector. It shouldn't be growing. And this is not a reflection on the people that wrote the UO server. This is a reflection on the people that wrote C#. Oh, it was Microsoft. The garbage collector for C# is provided by who? Microsoft, yes. Microsoft are another one that like to give you half-made ideas, because I'm now in Visual Studio 2019, and it still isn't finished. They're still updating it. Yeah, I don't use Visual Studio in 2019 at all. But every week they also send through another one of these, what is it? Visual Studio codes. I get an update every week. Yeah, this is updated on a weekly basis. This changes on a weekly basis. My God. It's like, why? Can't you just write a program that works? You know, can't be hard, guys. Come on, I can write programs that work. Why can't you lot? And I do all day and every day. So, this is my rant and ramble for today. Why are we buying half-made programs and software from companies that say, oh, we're going to support it for the next 5 years. Oh, we're going to support it for the next 10 years. What do you do after that? It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. We live in a world now where things are disposable. Everything's disposable, which is fine. I can understand that, and I have to live in that same world. Every 5 years, I guess, people are expected to update their computer. Every 6 months, people are expected to buy a new phone. It's ridiculous, the kind of consumerism that is now expected. And software is in the same state. We're now expected to buy half a program and accept the fact that we have to download updates for this program. Why? I don't know. I mean, when I finish my server and client, I'll have finished it. I won't be updating it anymore. I might write a new one, a better one after that, but I won't carry on programming old code. It's just pointless, because all you do is make a big mess and it becomes spaghetti. EVE Online's had that problem. I don't know if any of you play EVE Online. It's a good game, actually. I all salutes to them. So shout out to Eve Online players all over the place. God help you. You do get punished by that game. But they've been through that, where they initially started off with this engine that they created, and it was just like this spaghetti server client structure. And hats off to them. Over 10 years, they've done a good job of managing their spaghetti and unravelling quite a lot of it and making some good code out of it. If there's enough people and there's a will to do it, a company can do it. Eve Online have found out that it's saved them a lot of money, because now they don't have to update their code every week. And this is the problem that we've got. I mean, obviously a software company has to employ people, and they employ people to write software. So if they finished a piece of software, what do they do for the rest of the day? Go to the pub or what? Yeah, it's a little bit crazy. But I think it's a mismanaged industry. Or I think the ideology in the industry is wrong. And I think as consumers, we as the consumers are suffering. Yeah, there you go. So, let's have another timer. I don't think I really want to do too many of these. I think I'm already proving the point. So, what we are now at? 1540. We'll take a timer at 1540. Okay. We have Ultima Online Server at 438. We have my server at 11. And we have the client at 22, which is expected, yeah. Okay. So what's going on? Alright, the server and the client, the reason why they are growing is because they are being not shut down, but Windows is managing them. So they are regressing into the background. And every time they regress into the background, a bit is added to them so that they can be pulled back to the foreground. In other words, if I click on their window, pull them back up, Windows needs to be able to get hold of them quickly. So that's Windows management. And yes, it adds megabytes. I know that because the actual code base for my server is not 8 megabytes. In fact, we can have a look, can't we? The code base for my server. Let's have a look. May as well. Let's have a look. Here we go. Let's see what kind of code base we're on. I'm in Twitch, aren't I? So there's the server. That's what's running in here. So the code base is 485 kilobytes. So half a meg. So I've now got 10.5 meg of Windows. Yeah. That's Windows. Putting my half a megabyte into a little block of memory and shoving it deeper and deeper into unused memory as managed by Windows. That's an awful lot. Wow, I didn't realise it was that much. But in comparison, yeah, we should really look at the client. in comparison, this can get scary if we do this too much. The client code base is 285 kilobytes, so a quarter of a meg. And yet it generates more management. The reason it generates more management is because that is a console. In other words, it's just text being written out to a console, and this is a fully windowed item. So the extra 10 megabytes that you see being placed on top is an actual window like this. And that's being managed by Windows, of course. So it comes out of these. Have I tried this in Linux yet? The answer is yeah. Does it come up the same? No. No, it doesn't. It does with the UO, unfortunately, because it's got that garbage collector. And it's also using Mono, which is a thin Windows layer system to make sure to operate, because it's a Windows program. It's not a Linux program. So it's a Windows program running on Linux, basically. But my server and my client, these take a nosedive, an absolute nosedive. And it's funny. It really is funny. Right. Have we got anything from the viewers? I think it's. I think I've beaten a dead horse really here. I think I've made my point. Well, I hope I have. For instance, look at the start time here. So that's 58. So let's rule this off, and we get 58 megabytes growth. Here we get 3, and here we should get 3 as well. So that's under that's normal Windows operation. So if we take normal Windows operation off, that leaves us with a 55 megabyte memory leak. Yep. And that was in 15 minutes. That's per 15 minutes. So that is per 15 mins. And that is per Windows. Windows management, anyway. There we go. Whatever. But I think yeah, you're losing 3 megabytes for the Windows management. But if you're using the program, that doesn't really affect it as much, because it's not messing about the memory all the time. That's just Windows playing around with the memory blocks. But that 55 megabytes is a pure memory leak. Now every program has a 4-byte memory leak. It has to, by design. Even mine does. But that's because it talks to the operating system with using 4 bytes at the end to say I'm closing down. But that's where that 4 bytes of memory leak is, and it's up to Windows to clean that up, not us. And Windows does clean that up. So we're alright with that 4-byte memory leak. But it's scary. It's scary. Do people really know what's going on with their computer? Yeah, well. Yeah, our UO is now up to what? 453, Godfathers. It's steaming away, isn't it? Anyway, I'll close that. I want to save that because that, it to me, is quite interesting. Oops. No, don't do that. Edit. Undo. Thank you. So yeah, I will finish on that, I think. That's my memory leaks bit. Any questions? Anything you want to know about? Because it's not a programming day, and I don't play games on a Saturday, I must admit. I've been doing housework for my beloved. She's got me doing housework. Oh God. Where will it end? I don't know. But what have we got coming up? Tomorrow we're sailing. Yay! We are sailing. Let's just close that down now. Save changes, yeah, whatever. Where's my list? Here it is. My list. Sunday, sailing from 2 o'clock, hopefully. 2 o'clock BST, British summertime. We will be sailing in as a pirate in the Bahamas. In 1800 it is, the setting. And I have a snow, if I remember rightly. So, yeah. Would every language garbage collector have a leak issue? Yes. Yes, it would. Because the garbage collectors themselves cannot, under any circumstances, hand back to the system certain portions of memory that a program may have reserved, even though that memory is never going to be used, due to the way that programs may talk to the operating system. For instance, this window, I'll show you. I've got it here. I've got the game here. This window here has to... Sorry. No, go learn it. It's fine. It's fine. If it's got a garbage collector, you're fine. Don't worry about it. It's not going to mess your program up, and it's not going to crash your program or make it unusable. The garbage collection is up to the language. Now, it will never... a garbage collector by itself will never explode. But if you badly manage your program, you could create accidentally a circumstance where it could. And this is a good proof of concept that I've got up on screen now. The character that you can see here, I can move it around, but that keyboard input, my WASD keyboard input, to do that is managed via the operating system. So I have to allocate memory, a memory reservation with the operating system that it cannot garbage collect. So I can read the keyboard. If I was to leave that alone, go AFK for an hour and come back, and it garbage collected me, and it thrown that memory away, as soon as I did that, I get a segmentation error, and it crashed my program as soon as I pressed the key. So there's certain things garbage collectors cannot do. Now look how many times your garbage collector is running. Every time a yellow spike comes up, it's running. Okay, it's just here. So that's one. It's going to call me a liar now. 2. So that was about 4 seconds, maybe 5. 4 or 5 seconds. So the garbage collection's going off every 4 or 5 seconds. So if I hadn't moved for 4 or 5 seconds and it garbage collected that piece of memory because it wasn't being used, you'd just crash the program instantly. So hope that helps. Your garbage collector is there to help you, not to blow your program up sky high. But you do have to be aware that they're not foolproof themselves. Somebody had to program them, and you have no control over them usually. I don't know how Golang does theirs. If it's automatic, like it is on a lot of these languages, it's quite automatic. But it's just how good the programmer was the day it was programmed. If they've done a good job, well done. You've got a good garbage collector. If not, you've got a rubbish one. How do you know? Well, write your own, I suppose. That's the answer. Because I do. It's in my program. I can show you. So on my client, if you have a look at the application, it's split down into 1, 2, 3 parts. There's initialize, execute, and shutdown. So I do my own garbage collection here in shutdown. So everything that is in here, shutdown, is garbage collection. And that's how I give all the memory back to Windows. So, yeah. I don't use Golang. I don't even think I'd even try, but if you wanted me to help you with it, I'm quite happy to learn it quickly. Languages take me about 5 minutes to learn usually. Sorry, get rid of that. But yeah, that's the reasons why garbage collectors can't do a good job. I know, stupid, isn't it? But it's true. You can't do it. So I was talking about Sunday sailing. Monday I'm back with... What was I doing on Monday? It's day 9 of the MMO. My God. My MMO thingy. Day 9. And as you can see, we've got a working prototype going already. So yeah. Thanks for that, Nano. Shout out to Nano Hard there for asking, is it worth learning something like Golang? Yes, it is, because every language that you learn makes easier for you to learn the next language. So by learning Golang, you're making it easier on yourself to go ahead and say learn C++. If you then learn C++, you make it easier to learn C. If you then learn C, it makes it easier to learn assembly. But can you see how you can go deeper and deeper and deeper into the operating system then? I mean, for my MMO, I have actually considered, and I know this sounds stupid, I've actually considered writing my own operating system for it. And I was going to do that in Rust. Because we can. There's no reason why not. But I was actually thinking of it. So I wouldn't have any memory issues because I'd have a dedicated operating system to run it. And basically it would be like Windows, an operating system. Except it'd be my Windows. I'd made. So yeah. Any other questions or anything? You got any questions about Golang itself? I haven't really looked into it. I know it exists. But yes, it will have a leak issue. Depends on how Windows manages that leak. I mean, all programs on Windows have a leak issue, but it ain't the program's fault usually. So, yeah, that's a different story and that's a different rant. Windows 10, you're ace. Oh dear. Right, I'm going to sign off. I might go and learn Golang now. I learned Python last weekend, so I might go and learn Golang now. Just because you've mentioned it. And I like Nanohard. You're a follower, aren't you? I think you are. So, good luck to you all. Have a really good weekend. Hope it's sunbathing weather where you are, because it is here. And I'd like you all to take care. You are, yes. I would like you all to take care and have fun, and all the best. Signing out. Laters, Nano Hard. Hope to catch you on the next stream. Have fun.